What if I told you the reason you can't rest isn't because you're lazy? It's because your nervous system has been trained not to feel safe unless you're hustling, grinding. You know that feeling? Like, even when you're technically done with everything for the day, your mind keeps racing. You feel guilty for doing nothing. You feel like you should be working on something. You start thinking maybe you don't even deserve a rest yet. That's not just a mindset problem. That's your nervous system stuck in survival mode. And the truth is, it's not really your fault. We were raised in a system that needs you to be in survival mode because the more dysregulated you are, the more obedient you become. Let's break this down for a second. When your body is in survival mode, your sympathetic nervous system is activated. This is your fight or flight system. It keeps you alert, on edge, always scanning for what's next. It's designed to protect you from danger, but most of us are stuck in it 24/7, even though we're not being chased by lions. We're being chased by to-do lists, deadlines, shame, guilt, that inner voice that says, you haven't earned a break yet. Now, the part of your nervous system that actually helps you feel safe and grounded is the parasympathetic nervous system. This is what breath work activates. It slows your heart rate, calms your mind, and tells your body you're safe. You can rest now. But most people barely ever tap into that state because the system doesn't reward it. It glorifies overworking, it rewards burnout, it teaches you that productivity equals worth, and anything less is weakness. And here's where it gets deeper. You've probably heard of Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of needs, right? It's that little pyramid where the base is survival, food, water, safety, and the top is self-actualization. Well, this system wants to keep you at the bottom of the pyramid. It wants you constantly worried about money, constantly comparing yourself to others, constantly overworking just to prove you're good enough. Because if you're stuck at the base, stuck in survival mode, you won't have the space to reflect. You won't have the capacity to rest, question, or rebel. You won't reach for creativity, balance, or purpose. You're just trying to survive. And the more burnt out you are, the easier you are to control because you're too tired to fight, too distracted to dream, too busy blaming yourself to realize the system is rigged. Let's talk about the hard money wound because this one runs so deep and it's all about hustle and grind. It's the belief that money only comes through suffering, that you have to trade time for dollars, that ease is suspicious, that if you're not earning it the hard way, you don't deserve it. So even when you could take an easier route, you don't trust it. You overwork. You sacrifice rest for productivity. You wear busy like a badge of honor because deep down, you think struggle makes you worthy. But what if it doesn't? What if ease isn't laziness? What if rest is productive because it gives your nervous system a chance to regulate? Let's be real, most of us were raised to feel safe in stress. Like, it's almost comforting to have something to worry about. Rest actually feels unsafe for a lot of people because it's unfamiliar. You've over-identified with the hustle and grind, with being the responsible one, the self-sacrificing one, the one who's always doing. But here's the thing, if your nervous system is always in overdrive, you'll sabotage peace when it finally shows up. You'll reject wealth if it doesn't come through suffering and struggle. You'll resist help. You'll resist rest. You'll resist joy because you've been taught to only feel safe when you're struggling. So, if rest makes you anxious, if doing nothing makes you feel like you're falling behind, if your body can't fully relax, even when your mind wants to, that's not a discipline issue. That's a nervous system issue. And it's not your fault, but it's your responsibility to heal. And this is where we flip the narrative. Rest isn't a reward you earn when you're finally good enough. It's a requirement for you to become who you're meant to be. Because when your nervous system feels safe, you stop sabotaging, you stop proving, you stop chasing, and you start receiving. Because healing is rebellion. Rest is rebellion. Self-worth, self-love is rebellion. Knowing you're worthy of ease, joy, and wealth without earning it through pain is the most radical shift you could ever make. So if this message is landing with you, I've created a free breathwork exercise to help you regulate your nervous system and start stepping out of survival mode. It's in the description. It's short, calming, and it might be the first time in a long time your body hears it's okay to rest now. Because the truth is, you don't need to hustle your way to healing. You just need to feel safe enough to let it in. Does that make sense? If that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. That's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Sending you love, and I will see you in a jiffy.